In progress.
Hello everyone, welcome to another video lesson. And for this video, we will discuss about triangle congruence. Right, so before anything else, bago tayo mag-start sa ating lesson, let's have first an activity. So our activity is entitled Shape It Off. So ang gagawin lang natin, you will just place the numbered tangram pieces to complete the puzzle. Okay, so again, titingnan nyo lang po yung mga shapes dito na may numbers. Kung saan po ba sila kakasya dito sa puzzle natin. Okay, so for number 1, let's see. Try natin, hanapin nyo po kung saan. Pwede nyo ituro sa screen nyo kung saan kakasya yung number 1 natin. Okay, so yung number 1 dito po siya pwedeng mailagay. Alright, and for number 2 naman, sa tingin nyo, dito sa side or sa baba? Okay, that is dito sa side. And for number 3, dito siya sa baba ng 1 and 2. For number 4 naman, dito siya sa may left top corner. And for number 5, of course, malaki siya yung number 5, so dapat dito siya sa baba. And syempre yung pang-anim na triangle, dito siya sa natitirang space. Alright, so ano kaya yung idea or main idea ng activity natin? So ang ginawa lang natin, the student or player searches for the tangram piece that is exactly similar to the space on the board. Okay? So, again, hinanap nyo lang po yung similar na triangle doon sa space on the puzzle. Okay? So, that is congruent to it. Okay? Now, let's have an example of an object that is congruent to each other. So, one of the example is the coin. Okay, so yung 25 coin, lahat ng 25 coin or 25 centavo is magkakaparehas ng shape and size. So that is congruent to each other. Okay po, same din yung lahat ng piso. Okay, so wag niyo pong isipin na baka itong 25 and piso is magkaparehas ng size and shape. Hindi po. Lahat ng coins na magkaparehas ng value is magkakaparehas ng size and shape. And also the tiles or floor mats sa ating mga bahay. Lahat ng sizes or lahat ng shapes na nakikita nyo sa tiles nyo, most commonly is yung squares. Lahat sila pare-parehas ng size and shape. Okay, and also our shoes, the pair of shoes, pare-parehas po sila ng shape. Alright, so ang idea nitong discussion natin is all about triangle congruence or the congruence of triangle. So yan po yung tatalakayin natin ngayong hapon. So let's start. Unahin natin kung ano ba yung ibig sabihin and kung ano ba yung symbol ng congruence. So pag sinabi natin congruence, in geometry, that is the two figures or objects are congruent if they have the same shape and size. So sabi ko nga kanina, yung coins and yung lahat ng tiles, yung squares, para-parehas sila ng shape and size. So that is congruence. And also, congruence is denoted by this symbol. Yan, meron kayong nakikitang parang wavy, um, tawag dito, that is wavy line sa ibabaw ng equal sign. Okay po. So, yung wavy line na nakikita natin sa ibabaw ng equal sign, meron po siyang pangalan. Ang tawag sa kanya ay tilde. T-I-L-D-E. Okay po. Ang tilde, okay, so nakikita nyo din siya sa keyboard. Okay po. So that it looks like wavy line and that is most commonly ginagamit po sa mathematics. And where it is, ginagamit po siya to indicate approximate value. Okay? So, itong tilde na ito, or itong wavy line, that is the sign for similarity and it indicates the same shape. Okay po? Tandaan ha. It is the sign for similarity and indicates the same shape. And also yung equal sign is the sign for equality and indicates the same sizes or the same size. Okay? Please remember that. Again, the wavy line or the tilde is the sign for similarity and indicates the same shape. For equal sign naman, the sign for equality and indicates the same size. Okay? Now, the idea of congruence always helps to recognize congruent figures in the same orientation. Okay po? So, kapag yung dalawang figure ay congruent, okay, pwede natin siyang slide or i-flip, slide, and i-rotate. Okay po? Pwede natin i-flip, i-slide, and i-rotate para ma-figure out natin kung magkaparehas po ba sila ng size and shape. Okay? Alright. So let's proceed to the property of triangle congruence. So the properties of equality as well as the properties of congruence that follow them are often used in doing formal geometric proof. Okay? So meron tayong tatlong property ng triangle congruence. First is the reflexive property of congruence. Second is the symmetric property of congruence and transitive property of congruence. So pag sinabi natin reflexive property of congruence, let's say for example, we have here, angle A is congruent to angle A and angle B or the line segment B is congruent to line segment B. So if you observe kung ano yung angle dito sa kabila, okay, parehas lang din siya dito sa another side. So from the word reflection, okay po, parehas lang po yung parehas ng size and shape or parehas yung angle and line segment ng dalawa. Okay? For symmetric property naman, if angle A is congruent to angle B, then angle B is congruent to angle A. So dito naman vice versa. Vice versa. Magkaparehas lang. Syempre, if angle A is congruent to angle B, then angle B is congruent to angle A. Same with if segment AB is congruent to segment CD, then segment CD is congruent to segment AB. Then for transitive property naman of congruence, if angle A is congruent to angle B and angle B is congruent to angle C, then angle A is congruent to angle C. So the idea of transitive property of congruence, sabi dito, kung yung angle A and angle C daw ay parehas na congruent sa angle B, syempre congruent din yung angle A and angle C. Okay po. Next example, we have if line segment AB is congruent to line segment CD and line segment CD is congruent to line segment EF, then line segment AB is congruent to line segment EF. Okay? If the two line segment or angles are both congruent to the same angle, syempre po, magkaparehas ng size and shape yung dalawang segment and angles. All right, so let's identify the property of the and definition of terms that can justify each of the following statements based on the given facts. Okay, so the given is B is the midpoint of line segment AC. Okay, so let's have an illustration here para mas maintindihan natin. Sabi dito, yung B daw is yung midpoint ng line segment AC. Pag sinabi nating line segment, meron tayong dalawang points na magka-connect, kaya sila natawag na line segment. Okay? So we have the point A and point C. Pag kinonect natin, yung side nila magiging line segment AC. And sabi dito, yung B daw is the midpoint. Ibig sabihin, nasa gitna ng point A and C. So nandito siya sa part na ito. Okay? And then the statement is, line segment BC is congruent to line segment CD. So dito, kung congruent daw yung line segment BC, yung line segment BC is congruent sa line segment CD, pero nawawala yung point D natin, ang gagawin lang natin is i-measure lang natin kung ano yung measure ng line segment BC dapat parehas din sa distance ng point C doon sa point D. Okay? So, ito yon. Ayan. So, ibig sabihin, nandito yung point D natin. Alright? So, let's find the reasons of each statements or definition of terms here. Okay? And let's identify then yung mga properties nito. So, we have here for number 1, line segment AB is congruent to line segment BC. Okay, so if you observe dito sa gitna ng dalawa is yung B. Ibig sabihin that is the definition of midpoint. Kasi nga, kaya naging congruent yung dalawa, yung line segment AB and line segment BC because of the midpoint ng point A and C, itong B. Okay po. For number 2 naman, we have line segment AB is congruent to line segment AB. Okay, reflection. So, ibig sabihin yung reason niya is the reflexive property of congruence. Okay? For number 3 naman, we have line segment CD is congruent to line segment BC. So we have symmetric property of congruence. For number 4 naman, sabi dito, let's read. If segment AB is congruent to segment BC and segment BC is congruent to segment CD, then segment AB is congruent to segment CD. Ito yan. So that is transitive property of congruence. Right? Now, let's proceed to the parts of a triangle. In geometry, triangle is a closed two-dimensional shape with 3 straight sides. And it is also a polygon. So a triangle has 3 sides, 3 vertices, and 3 angles. So now, hanapin natin yung sides, angles, and vertices nitong triangle natin. Okay, so pag sinabi nating side, again, that is dalawang point na pag kinanak natin, magiging line segment. So we have segment AB, segment BC, and segment AC. Sir, question. Pwede po bang mabaliktad magiging segment BA, magiging segment CB, and magiging segment CA? Pwede po yan. Okay lang yan. As long as magka-connect yung dalawang point. Next, for the angle naman, we have angle A, angle B, and angle C. For the vertices, we have the point A, point B, and point C. Ayan. And itong triangle na to, we can name it as triangle ABC. Question ulit, pwede po ba sir mabaliktad yung pag-name ng triangle? Okay lang din naman. Pwede siyang tawaging triangle BAC, triangle CBA, or triangle CAB. Okay po. Alright. So let's proceed to the correspondence of a incongruence of triangle. So pag sinabi natin correspondence, speaking mathematically, correspondence is an attribute of a shape or relation. So exact reflection of form on opposite sides of a dividing line or plane. So yung symbol ng correspondence, so we have corresponds to, meron tayong makikitang line na may arrow sa magkabilang dulo ng line. Okay? So example of that is ito, pwede siyang basahin as line segment AB corresponds to line segment DE. And also angle A corresponds to angle B. Okay. So meron tayo dito dalawang triangle. So dito na natin pwedeng gamitin yung flipping, sliding, or rotating. So we have here triangle ABC is congruent to a triangle DEF corresponds to triangle ABC is congruent to triangle DEF. Parehas lang po siya. Ayan. So let's try rotating the triangle. Ayan. So nag-overlap na siya and hahanapin lang natin yung correspondence ng lahat. So pwede nating i-map yung triangle ABC sa triangle DEF. So let's find the corresponding angles. So we have angle A corresponds to angle D. So titingnan lang po natin yung correspondence ng lahat ng angles. So we have here angle B corresponds to angle E and angle C corresponds to angle F. And also pwede nating hanapin yung corresponding sides, yung dalawang line at dalawang point para maging line segment. So we have line segment AB corresponds to line segment DE and line segment BC corresponds to line segment EF. And also we have line segment AC corresponds to line segment BF. Okay, so two triangles are congruent if and only if all of their corresponding parts are congruent. So that corresponding parts of congruent triangles are congruent or CPC-DC. So yung congruent statement natin dito is the triangle ABC is congruent to triangle DEF. Now, question. Yung triangle ABC ba is congruent to EDF? The answer is no. Kasi kapag pinag-overlap natin yung dalawa, kapag ni-rotate or slide or flip natin, mababaliktad po yung magiging angle ng dalawa. So ito, hindi natin pwedeng gawing magkaparehas or magko-correspond yung angle A sa angle E kasi magkaiba na yung measure ng dalawa. Okay, yung position magkakaiba na. Okay, so that's why the corresponding angles and finding the corresponding sides is important. Now, let's show that the two triangles are congruent. So, hindi lang sa pag-flip, pag-rotate, and pag-slide, mapuprove natin yung corresponding angle and corresponding sides. Pwede rin natin makita using the symbols. Okay, so we have here the angles. Pwede nating makita using these lines. Okay po. Yung corresponding sides and corresponding angles nila. Okay, so let's find the corresponding angles. So we have here the angle C is corresponds to angle D dito. Okay? Ayan, magkaparehas sila. Okay. All right. And also angle A corresponds to angle O. Nandito. Okay po. And also angle T corresponds to angle G. So using these symbols or lines, mapuprove na agad natin or makikita na agad natin yung corresponding angles nila. And also the corresponding sides. Since meron ditong isang line, meron dalawang line, and meron tatlong line. So ang line segment CA, this one, corresponds to line segment DO. Okay? And line segment AP corresponds to line segment OG. And line segment CT corresponds to line segment DG. So the congruent statement is triangle DOG is congruent to triangle CAT, or triangle CAT corresponds or congruent to triangle DOG. So two triangles are congruent if and only if all of their corresponding parts are congruent. So corresponding parts of congruent triangles are congruent. Tandaan nyo din po itong CPCTC. Corresponding parts of congruent triangles are congruent. Now, let's try which pairs of figures are congruent by inspection. Okay, so pwede nyo po siyang i-analyze kung alin po yung magkakaparehas na shape or figures dito sa illustration natin. Yan. Tingnan natin kung sino yung malilinaw ang mata sa inyo. Okay, So ito po yung mga magkakaparehas na shape or figures. Ayan. Okay? So I hope parehas po kayo na nakita na shapes and figures. Okay. So let's try to identify kung alin ba yung congruent dito sa mga triangles natin. So we have triangle MAN. Triangle MAN. Using the symbols na nakikita natin dito, kahit hindi na natin i-slide, rotate, or flip, makikita na agad natin or malalaman na agad natin kung alin yung corresponding angles and sides nila. So yung congruent sa triangle MAN is triangle DEN. So we have here MAN. Dumaan siya dito sa unang line na may isang linya dito sa gitna. So dito rin tayo mag-i-start. DEN. So that's why triangle MAN is congruent to triangle DEN. And also for triangle RKI, we have RKI. Okay? So, ibig sabihin, dito po siya galing sa triangle. Okay, dito muna pala sa triangle RED. Okay po. So, we have RED. Dumaan siya sa may dalawang line sa gitna. So, dito tayo sa DGR. Okay? Triangle RED is congruent to triangle DGR. And also for triangle RKI, that is congruent to triangle CYI. Okay? So, is triangle congruence exist in real life? Yes, of course. So marami tayong mga concepts na makikita sa triangle in real life. Okay, so one of the example is the Rubik's Cube, yung pa-triangle. Okay, the pyramid Rubik's Cube. So it is subdivided recursively into equilateral triangles having 4 triangular faces which are all divided into 9 identical smaller triangles. And all of that are congruent to each other. Okay po? So, hindi lang po sa mga objects or sa illustration makikita yung triangle congruence, pati po sa real life. So, one of the example of that is itong pyramid Rubik's Cube. Kasi lahat ng triangles na ginamit dito is congruent to each other. And also, the triangle or the sliced bread, yung pa-square na bread, the sliced bread, pag in-slice natin siya sa gitna, if you slice the bread diagonally, it will be divided into 2 congruent triangles. Okay po. And also the Pyramid of Giza. Its lateral faces are triangles with a common vertex, and the base is an almost perfect square of an edge. And the faces of triangles are approximately equilateral. It made up of perfect congruent triangles. Okay, so yan po yung mga examples ng triangle congruence in real life. Now, let's try to name the corresponding parts of each of the following. So you can try this on your own. Pwede po nating hanapin lahat ng corresponding sides and corresponding angles dito sa given natin. Okay po. And that is all for our discussion dito sa, actually this is just an introduction for triangle congruence. Po, kaya sobrang dali lang nung discussion natin. Okay, so that is all for our discussion. Thank you so much for watching. Bye-bye and God bless.